Now we are going to the second part. What is that? ācāryāya priyaṃ dhanamāhṛtya prajātantuṃ vyavacchetsīḥ. ācāryāya priyaṃ dhanamāhṛtya prajātantuṃ vyavacchetsīḥ. ācāryāya, for the ācārya. Priyaṃ dhanam. Dhanam, of course, wealth or money, wealth. Verbal meaning of āhrtya is after collecting. After collecting, āhrtya. But we cannot take the verbal meaning there. We have to take the indicated meaning. But first of all, let us understand the verbal meaning. āhrtya, having collected. prajātantuṃ vyavacchetsīḥ. prajātantuṃ. Prajātantuṃ is a very difficult to translate that. Tantu is succession, like a thread. Tantu is a thread. Praja means progeny, children. Ma vyavacchetsīḥ, don't break. You don't break. So the whole meaning would be, after offering priyaṃ dhanamāhṛtya. Priyaṃ means dear. So you are offering that wealth which will make your ācārya happy. You don't break the succession of progeny. What is the meaning of this? So here there are two parts. First is, make your offerings to ācārya. That is the first part. As per the Vedic law, there were no fee system in the Gurukulas. No fee system was there. See, in our ancient Bharat, we were number one in trading and business. Before the period of Muslim invasion, the amount of business export was more than 30%. The share of Bharat in the world business was more than 30%. That came down to 0.9 or so, 0.9 or so, when the Britishers left Bharat. So within 1,000 years, Bharat was looted that much. The share of international business was more than 30%, just imagine. We know Columbus came to America. Why? For what? He didn't want to come to America. He was in search of Bharat. Somehow they reached here. Because it was the place of attraction for all. That much wealthy. Yeah. 5 years after that, Vasco da Gama reached there. All this drama we everybody know. So in all the trade or all business fields, we were number one. But we never traded two things. One, food articles. No food trade, no hotels were there in India. In Bharat, there were no hotels, no restaurants. No restaurants. Two, knowledge. No fees was there. In schools, in gurukulas, in colleges, shalas, no fees was there. According to your capability and wealth, you can offer. And there was no discrimination on the basis of offering. Everybody were considered alike. So that was the system. So after your studies, you can offer some dakshina to the institution. And what that dakshina was, that we cannot say. To test the capability of the student, the Acharya may ask to do something. You do this, you do that. Just to make student more and more powerful. So ācāryāya priyaṃ dhanamāhṛtya. After offering that wealth which will make the Acharya happy, you go back to your home. Now here, one phase is ending and the other phase is starting. Because he is going back from Gurukula and he is entering a family life. Now we can understand this much. The teachings which are to follow are specifically given to householders. Why? Here the student is going back to home to lead a family life, not a sannyasa life. So all the teachings which are to follow this sentence, which sentence? ācāryāya priyaṃ dhanamāhṛtya. All the teachings which are following this part is specifically for grihasthashramis, not for sannyasis, not for brahmacharis. That we have to keep in mind. So however you are going back to your family to lead a household life. So remember, my first teaching is prajātantuṃ vyavacchetsīḥ. Don't break the succession of progeny. You are going to marry and beget children. This is the teaching. Marriage is not a contract between a man and woman to live together. No. It's a great yajna to spread our dharma. Spreading our dharma is possible only when we have children. As aptly said in the Veda itself, putrena ayam loko jayaha. This world is to be won through putras. Putra means putra and putri, children. There is no gender differentiation there. So you go and marry. See, as per our Shastras, there are only two ways. One is Pravritti Marga and the other is Nivritti Marga. Either you be a sannyasi or be a grihastha. Nowadays there are many who will not marry, neither will they accept sannyasa. Going to different ashramas and staying for some days, and going to next ashrama and staying for some days, and wasting their own life. No. You must get married or you must go and accept sannyasa. This is as per our tradition, see, Vedic thinking. So you go back to your family and get married. There were different types of marriages. We are not going to explain all these things. In our earlier Shastras we can see 8 types of marriages were there. But 6 are not at all acceptable for us. In those days it was there. And even now in some societies such marriages are even now prevailing. In the case of ISIS and Al-Qaeda and all, we have heard about Rakshasa and Asura like that marriages. But among the 8 types of marriages, acceptable ways are 2. One is Gandharva, the other is Prajapatya. Prajapatya is arranged marriage, arranged by elders. And Gandharva is love marriage. Both are acceptable. Both are good. Both are good. Thing is, we must have a balance in our emotion. Emotional balance must be there. That is the only thing. So you go for marriage and have children. Don't break succession of children. Because our parampara must be kept. And here we have to understand one thing more. Having a girl or a boy never means you have prajātantuṃ. Here the word used is prajātantuṃ. That is succession of children, succession of progeny. It never means if I have a boy or if I have a girl, I have a prajātantuṃ. No. Prajātantuṃ means they must have the samskara which your forefathers passed on to you. You must transfer that knowledge, value system, everything to your next generation. Only then they will be prajātantuṃ. Otherwise we can say, I have a daughter, I have a son. Son or daughter never means prajātantuṃ. How to make that? Not through teachings, but by being role models in front of our children. There is no other way. Many a time parents are coming and complaining, Swami, I tried my best, but up to the age of 12, it was quite all right, but after that he is not coming to temple, he is not chanting mantras, he is not doing this, he is not doing that. So many complaints. Then immediately I would ask them, because I am not expecting any dakshina from them. So I would ask, oh, at the age of 12, your daughter came out of your womb. She was there inside up there. No. Then 280 days he or she was within your womb, inside your own body. After that, up to 3 or 3.5 years, she or he was with you. What type of influence you had? What values you gave? And now what is the meaning in complaining about your own children? This is the question. When one becomes pregnant, if she chants daily some mantras, preferably some mala mantras like Vishnu Sahasranama or Shiva Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, like that, and always speaking the truth, doing what are auspicious, and behaving or mixing with everybody most positively, that effect will be there in the child. There is no doubt at all. And if we are, even after having pregnancy, seeing such things and mingling with such situations, which will make us more and more rough and tough, seeing all violences, such as cinemas and all, what we are expecting, what type of child will come? A violent fellow, who will break all social norms. There is no doubt at all. So making this succession of progeny is not an easy affair. If we cannot do that, please don't marry. Welcome to the holy company. We want many people. If you are marrying, get ready for that. Otherwise, don't marry. Who asked you to marry? If you cannot be a role model in front of your children, as a father, as a mother, you will be a failure. So don't ask them to do this and that all the time. Do japa, wash your clothes. Why you are walking like this? Hey, your dress is not that much good. It is dirty. Why you are like this? Your hairstyle, what it is? Why you are not shaving? Don't ask all these things. Instead of that, be a role model in front of them. Even though they are not following, that positive message will be within them, and at a certain age that will manifest out. There is no doubt at all. So this piece of teaching, prajātantuṃ vyavacchetsīḥ, is pregnant with that much meaning. So after marriage, try to have children. And children must not come accidentally. They must not be the byproduct of lust. Can you follow? Can you follow me? Our children must not come as a byproduct of lust. They must be products of dharma. There is much difference between byproduct and product. We must be able to say, my child is a product. I made him. He didn't come accidentally as the effect of our sexual relation. No. This is taught by our ācāryas, and we have to keep always in mind that first samskara is garbhadhana. There are 16 samskaras, shodasa samskaras, What is the first samskara? Garbhadhana. Garbhadhana is called Nisheka also. There's another name is Nisheka or Viryasthapana, Garbhasthapana, so many names are there. That is, on an auspicious day, after getting the blessings of our parents, husband and wife come together and they mate to make a best child. So children are not products, byproducts. They are products. That is why the first samskara is Garbhadhana samskara. There are specific days to be avoided. All these things are there. 13th Tithi is to be avoided. 13th Tithi means, according to the lunar cycle, much differences happens in the human body. Not only in the human body, all the earth we can see. So some tithis are to be avoided. And there are auspicious times. The most important thing is our mind must be filled with auspicious sankalpa. We must have a best child, a strong one, having all power of intellect, righteous, courageous. Such mantras are there. And that also with the blessings of our parents, we have to do that. So that means our children are not byproducts, they are products, products of dharma. So do that. Then our society will change. So prajātantuṃ vyavacchetsīḥ. I think you are following. Now, this is not an advice for brahmachari, because he is not supposed to do that. This is not advice for sannyasi. This is not an advice for vanaprastha. So this is an advice for a grihastha. So what follows is teachings for grihasthas. So when we are leading the life of a householder, we have to follow all the teachings which are to be followed. What are they? We can learn one by one.